Have you ever been so tired
Yeah.
that you feel like the face on your face isn't a face at all?
So what is it?
It's just like a sandbag
See,
full of black dirt and
why's it gotta be black dirt?
do I look okay?
I mean, what?
You are. That's.
I was asking between 1 through 10, like where is like a 5 okay, or
do
is it like
we want to do this?
do what?
A scale of 1 to 10. How do I look right now?
No, I was saying on the scale of 1 to 10, what is okay rating? What is your definition of? I know this is a trick. Like I'm supposed to say no.
1 through 3 is trash.
That's not where you're at.
3 through 6 is you are holding it together barely. And then 6 through 10 is, oh my god, I wish I could pull the thong out of her meat curtains right now.
We were so close to doing a proper minute intro.
Well,
And then you completely disastered it up right there.
You would look a lot better if you unbuttoned one more button on your shirt.
Okay. Oh, I think no, you're right. I didn't realize
That's
that.
okay. Take your time.
I will. Thanks.
Alright, let's see how that looks. Let's fluff it up. Fluff it up. Okay, let's see how it looks. Take your hands away. Alright, we're gonna need one more button here. One more button down.
Okay.
Your shirt looks like a 1990s Trapper Keeper.
It probably from the same company, most likely.
Lisa Frank.
Lisa Frank?
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, God.
Is that someone I should know?
Yeah. You're a baby.
Yeah.
That
About,
looks.
5 years.
Oh my God.
That's good.
You're just a
That was
regular
good on
Kurt
camera,
Russell
yeah.
in here.
Kurt Russell then or Kurt Russell now?
Burt Russell.
Who?
Burt Kreischer. Burt Reynolds. That's who I was thinking of.
I would say that's 4 to 5 different physiques in people.
Do I look tired?
You look tired, yeah. But I think you are. Like, that's what... I mean, I don't know. Is that... there it is. Very good.
Welcome back, everybody, to Lifestyles After Dark. My name is Cynthia Murray, and I am joined by the oh-so-wonderful other host, Freddie Bourne.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Oh my God.
You don't hear me say your name that often.
I
know you enjoy
know. It does something to my heart.
Does
It
it?
went, ooh.
I did see a little movement.
You did?
A little bit. Not much. Like, just like a hair.
I feel like that might have been a heart attack.
Why?
A palpitation.
Because I know you've been tired.
Yeah.
I know you've definitely been kind of running.
Yeah.
Pretty.
So COVID, the miserable beast that it has been, kind of messed up a lot of gigs for me and many other artists and musicians, and not even them, just everybody in general, financially. So I'm very lucky and blessed that I was able to pick up a seasonal job at Lincoln State Park.
Not too far from us,
No.
actually, where we film this.
And I really love it. I mean, I get to be outside all day. I get to see nature. I'm, like, chilling like a villain. But the problem is it is from 7:30 a.m. till 3:30 p.m., 5 days a week.
Yeah.
And I have also been gigging.
And you've still been doing your open mic, which is
Yes.
on Mondays.
Open mic is at La Masca
Still
Barn Grill.
till 1 o'clock in the morning.
9 p.m. to 1 a.m. And so if this is what it feels like to have a child then we need to wait a couple of years.
Yeah, well, we've had that conversation before this job.
Yeah,
so.
But I definitely want to have babies with you.
Yes, I would enjoy that. I
Yeah.
would like to have one. Like I said before, I think the only thing I have concerns about, which speaking of which, we'll get to him in a second, but I'm always concerned about how Petey would be with a baby.
Yeah, I think he'd figure it out.
I mean, I would hope so. I just know that he's our small child now, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, the kid that we have, I know that a lot of people say, oh, you have a dog, that's nothing like having a kid. Believe me, I feel like our kid's gonna be 10 times better than this dog. Petey peed on somebody's foot the other day.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, while they were sitting there.
Proud parent moment, and then at the same time had to be authoritative.
What do you do? But I'm just happy. Yeah. I'm blessed. Yeah. I'm really excited for tonight. We have some amazing guests, and we're really, really lucky that the weather's been really nice.
Let's actually check that out real quick. Okay. Let's take a look over there if we can get. There he is again.
Oh, Bubby.
I want to get him a new bow tie. I feel like that color, that scheme doesn't really work the pattern.
He looks like trash. Yeah.
No, I don't think he looks like trash. I didn't go that far.
Well.
He still looks good.
I said it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Well, I think wake yourself up a little bit. Maybe, I don't know. Like,
some water?
I don't know if water's going to help necessarily if we can get coffee. I don't think that's in our budget.
That's okay. We'll get there. The more viewers we have, the more budget we're going to get.
That's right. That's been finalized by the network.
Yeah.
From what I understand.
All I could afford catering-wise was Reese cups tonight.
Yeah.
And, or peanut butter cups for,
which you still got for free, so it's not really.
I can't complain. And, I'm just lucky that we're still doing this, and I love it, and I love the feedback that we've gotten. We've had a really amazing time meeting with people, getting advice, and I love everybody that's a part of it. And I know that we don't get to shout out him very often, but Benji Culling is our producer, and you can't see him because he's behind the camera. But shout out to Benji for making this all happen and for keeping us together. And for keeping us on the straight and narrow, and we couldn't do it without you, man.
No, we could not. I thought this was on the screen. I thought it was actually like...
Oh, it's a bug, because we're outside.
That's right.
Yes.
Well, coming up, after the break, tonight, we got Bryan Biggs with us in the house, and we have the oh-so-wonderful Ben Dahlquist will be here and performing with us. So stick around. We'll be right back after these breaks.
Welcome back to Lifestyles After Dark. My name is Cynthia Murray, and I'm here tonight with one of my best friends on the planet, the oh-so-powerful Mr. Bryan Biggs, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for being here. We had our driver come pick you up. Was it, bad? Was it good? He doesn't have the best rating on any driving app that you can offer.
He was, not talking the whole time, but was staring at me, but it was just it was good time. I made it here.
Yeah, so he wouldn't make eye contact with you?
No, did not look at me one time.
He didn't even say I'm here to pick you up or whatever?
He just honked the horn. I knew what it was for.
Our producer said he doesn't have any thumbs, so that can be bad. Yeah.
I didn't want to look either.
I'm really glad you made it here. Most people don't, to be honest.
One piece.
Yeah, so... Well, I'm really glad you're here.
Me too.
And I wanted to have you on this show because you're one of the best sound engineers in this area, to me. And honestly, a new sound engineer, and you've taught me a lot about sound engineering because I've been running sound for close to a year, and it's been such a pleasure to have you be my sensei, in a sense.
I wouldn't call it that. I wouldn't call it that. It's it's an honor to be able to do this and be a part of music with people that I've looked up to for a long time, and to be able to facilitate that in a way and help you do another thing is why I do this.
So in your head, but I know you're a really humble dude, but I'm sure that there are some times when you're running sound at, let's say, venues like Lamasco, and you're I'm pretty good at this. I'm pretty amazing.
It's happened a couple of times to where I've been not to toot my own horn, but I was it sounds really good right now. And then I don't even believe that I did it, but it's like it happened multiple times now, and it's like, well, I guess I'm doing something right.
You're like, I'm kind of the best at this.
I'm not the best at it. There's a lot of great sound engineers in Noseville, but I feel like I'm making my mark and making a name for myself doing this.
So when did you start running sound, though? Because it really hasn't been that long. And what's so impressive to me is that with you not having that much experience with it, you've really got a grasp on it. And I feel like, wow, like, this is something that you were really made to do.
I feel the same way. It's been about 1.5 years, and we all know Stephen Horning.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't even know it was that long. Wow.
Yeah.
Stephen Horning has been a big helping hand in a lot of your knowledge of sound engineering and mine too. Yeah.
I would not be doing this without him.
Shout out Big Ninja Delight.
Big Ninja Delight.
Boo! Yep.
Yeah, but yeah, he trusted me, and he knew I had an ear for it, and then he kind of just threw me into it and made me this person.
So do you feel as though, because I feel this way most of the time, I know that there's a lot of people that, you know, can show you every little thing and every little knob and every little EQ, but it's taken me actually being thrown into the lion's den to kind of get a grasp.
That's exactly how it needs to be.
Yeah.
Because every band's different, and that's the best way to learn, because you have no choice but to figure it out. You've got a crowd waiting on you. You got a band waiting on you. Everybody is relying on you to make it happen. So you find a way, and it's a great feeling to get there.
There's been some stories you've told me where you're like, I didn't learn how to do that, and you figured it out, and I'm like, how? And it's the same with me, but it's very impressive to me how you've really not been doing this very long.
Not very long at all.
And how quickly you've picked it up. And anytime we're at Lamasco and I know that you're running sound, I'm like so excited. I'm like, yes, this is going to be awesome.
I appreciate it. It's a pleasure. With people like you and Freddie that sing amazingly, it's a really easy thing to do when you guys are there. It's like no EQ on anything. You guys just make it a thing that makes my job easy.
I love it. Yeah. Yes. I'm just really happy you're here, dude.
I'm so happy.
We've been joking around and it's been really fun, and I've had a really good time. Yeah, like, I think my favorite thing, especially with you running sound, is all of the funny songs that you guys sing and we make up and over the years. And it's been ridiculous. And tonight we're going to do an activity.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm really excited about this.
What are we doing?
I think that we're going to try to beat another world record.
World record?
Yes.
I'm definitely down for that.
But you guys are going to have to stick around, stay tuned. When we get back, Bryan Biggs is going to see how long he can stand on his head with no fingers. We're going to chop his fingers off. Everybody, stick around. We'll be right back. Lifestyles After Dark.
Our next guest is a very talented singer-songwriter that I'm going to miss very dearly in just a couple of days, as they will be departing to go to the wonderful world that is called Colorado. We also just saw him perform before. Ladies and gentlemen, Ben Dahlquist is here with us. Ben, first off, we've trying to get you on the show since the second episode, and I remember specifically that Cynthia said to me, you saw the first episode, it was before it went out, and you went out in very Ben fashion and said, I like this episode. I like this show. Great. Can you do the show this week? I cannot. And so, but you were very persistent about getting on the show. We want you on the show
every Friday.
So every single week that we could schedule, you were like, can't do it. And I was like, well, you're moving soon, so it's either we get you on, or it can't happen at all.
Freddie, if it's due tomorrow, I'm gonna do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. If you wait till the last minute, it only takes a minute.
Yeah, it does. And that was exactly what happened. Like, essentially, we were just kind of reminding him, hey, can you do it this coming Friday? Yeah, I think I can. And then it was like, yep, I can.
Yeah.
So
hey, no place I'd rather be.
Thank you very much. And we were just watching some stuff inside that we can't talk about because of copyright infringement, and we might get sued. But it was great. Great movie to watch.
You know, if someone sues us, I think that means it's really going well.
You're
attracting the attention of people who sue.
That is true.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it, because someone actually cared to take to actually pay attention to this show.
I love it when I'm talking to other songwriters and they're being really concerned about their song. You know, they say, "Oh, what if I get sued by this other artist because
Right.
my chord progression sounds like Tom Petty's chord progression?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, look, if you have that problem, you have a lot of things going for
Right.
you.
But
You
isn't
get
like
the best publicity.
But isn't like the Beatles, like everything's kind of derivative off of almost like Beethoven and
Gosh, I guess a whole lot.
But you think about it, like the Beatles, like Let It Be is like what, a C G A minor F.
Oh, that's
I
kind of
believe.
like Pachelbel's canon thing.
Yeah, but so I'm saying
Yeah.
like everything's derivative off that, you know?
Yeah, whole lot.
Yeah. But you haven't done that recently, right? You haven't been copying off of people for your new stuff.
Never once.
No.
I'm a real boy.
Thank you for not mentioning what that was in reference to. Now, I do actually want to talk because I've known you we met about, I want to say about 2 years ago. I actually invited you out. I saw a video of you playing. It was actually suggested by one of my coworkers when I was working at USI.
Yeah.
And they were like, you should get him to come play this thing. And it was like some event that we were organizing for the first time, music event. Yeah.
You guys had great green rooms.
Yes,
I
we
remember
did.
that. The green rooms were sweet.
Not much of an audience, but definitely felt like royalty.
Well, they had the radio audience, and that turned
Yeah.
out to be a lot more people than I was planning on.
Yeah,
honestly.
and then you actually went on there later on to do like a 2-3 hour interview, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the
fun.
95.7 The Spin, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Not as fun as what you planned. though.
Well,
That was-
yeah. I mean, well,
That's first place.
That's hit or miss. That's up to interpretation. But I will say, like, I remember we kind of exchanged information pretty quickly. Like, you were very friendly and very approachable. It was as if I met you many times before. I never have. And then we've come to really know each other the past 2 years. And what I love about you is, like, you do this type of music that's kind of this throwback stuff. Which is, when I say throwback, people talk about, like, old soul. Like, you're an old soul, but you really are, like, this old soul of, like, folk music. Like, what I grew up with, like Dan Fogelberg and James Taylor. Is that kind of sometimes difficult, kind of being in a dominated community they're fond of it, but you don't see a lot of people your age doing that type of music.
Oh yeah. Well, I've found that I get into a rut with my performances and the venues I play at, and rut has a negative connotation, but it's also been really good financially for me. Since I kind of play that older music, and I did a lot of covers from that era too, and it shaped how I wrote songs afterwards. That means that I'm a lot more, in demand for these venues that have people who grew up in the 70s or listened to 60s music or even 80s, and there wasn't really a reason for me to get into like a lot of 90s rock. Those weren't the people tipping or booking gigs when I got into playing music. That was just because I was playing in bars and in restaurants, wineries, country clubs, sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, I gotta be honest with you. I'm looking at the timer. We are already running out of time, but I don't want to actually stop this, so I'm actually gonna talk to our producer kind of a little bit off to the side and kind of see if we can continue this up and kind of really ask, because I have a lot of questions for you. So
Yeah.
when we come back, we'll be back with Ben Dahlquist. Stick around. We'll be right back. And now performing Making Sense, ladies and gentlemen, Ben Dahlquist.
People say money, it can't make you happy. Material goods are all subject to passing away. Decay, they're going out of date. You can't count on them to make or break your day. But when you're feeling down and the blues ain't passing, people change your tune until you count your blessings. Your job, you pay, you're making good money. You gotta admit it's hypocritically funny when all we're trying to do is make some sense. People wanna say something if they see you in trouble. Give words of consolation for every single stumble and fall. Mistake, and you've made plenty. They're gonna give advice if they don't got any. And it might make you shout, you might think it pretentious, but don't be blind enough to miss their intentions, the care, the concern, and general well-wishing. I have to say, it's a mighty fine ambition when all we're trying to do is make some sense. Making up wisdom off the top of our heads. Exercising our autonomy in ways that pertain to our moral beliefs that were shaped by our cultures and communities. The way we were raised and genetically programmed to think about life and how to abide with the billions of people who also reside on this earth so beautiful, one of a kind. Please do your best to see each other eye to eye. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la la la. When all we're trying to do is make some sense. Making up wisdom off the top of our heads.
We're back with Ben Dahlquist. And I mean, I just get so caught up every time we hang out. Like, I don't think I really get a chance to actually ask, or like, it just kind of just goes back and forth.
Oh yeah,
back and
we've
forth.
had so many just social settings that we
Yeah.
get together in that we don't probably think of asking, music related stuff.
Yeah, but I think like, I do want to get to the nitty gritty about a couple things, and I think this is actually quite important because you're gonna be really missed. I know you're kind of announcing this move to Colorado, and I know you've talked about the struggle recently while you're doing that. It's kind of to get some escapism and kind of find your love and joy in music again. Like, can you kind of describe how things have been like for the past couple years when it comes to the music? Like, what is it that you've kind of lost joy in?
Well, I kind of mentioned that rut that has been beneficial for paying the bills, playing at, these venues that are pretty plentiful in Evansville, but it feels like I'm stagnating. No,
Yeah.
it doesn't feel I am stagnating.
Right, yeah.
And I've always loved playing music with other people. I never wanted to be a solo artist. That's not how I started.
Yeah.
And you've just got to find your niche and your group of people who you can really foster more creativity with. And that's, I guess, what I'm looking for. Also, sometimes you just need to represent a large psychological change with a large physical change in your life.
Yeah.
Going, moving someplace else, maybe even getting out of a relationship for some people. That's not the case for me, but I think that if you make a dramatic outward change in your life, it can prompt an inward change that I'm looking for.
Yeah, but I think it's refreshing because I think it's a loss, obviously, because I think there's so much talent that you bring to the table that's not really seen in this community itself. Like, I think you see a lot of the rock, you see a lot of more of these just singer-songwriters, more indie. But, I mean, you have this, like I said, like, this soul of, like, someone that really just, like, oozes this music and, like, the care and, like, kind of the happiness. Like, 'cause you sing a lot of songs with a lot of joy. And I know we're kind of repetitive with joy, but there's so much sublimity to how you kind of sing these songs. There's always an upbeat manner to it. You kind of stray away from a lot of those, melancholy songs.
Which isn't, there's nothing wrong with those types of songs.
Well, no, I don't think
I just
so.
find that I hope I can give something more natural to the world that is my optimism.
Yeah.
It's not even always positivity, it's just optimism. You know, things are gonna get better is a lot different from things are good right now.
Right. And speaking of like optimism, I know that COVID's been very difficult for a lot of people. But you, and I've talked to you throughout it, and
Yeah.
it seems like your spirits have been just about the same as they normally have been. But obviously it could be different than how I interpret it. How have you been kind of, navigating it? Was COVID kind of one of these, I don't know necessarily if it was a turning point or kind of this tipping point or stepping stone that made you go, you know what, I'm going to jump and kind of
I
get
think
away
that's
a little bit.
great way of describing it,
Yeah.
honestly. You heard the analogy, you can boil a frog, and I guess the analogy is if you put it in the bucket of water and you're slowly heating up the water, it feels comfortable, it never has a dramatic change of temperature, so it just sits there until the water's boiling. That's an analogy to, I guess, a lot of musicians who feel like something went well and then it just kind of trails off, it's getting worse and worse, and you never hop out of the pot. But COVID was just, this sucks, man. There's no way around it. It's like, you know more than anybody.
Yeah.
Things, venues are closing, shows getting canceled, festivals canceled, and it was so quick, really, to me that I said, I'm not going to let this pot of water boil. I'm hopping out of here. I need to do something that just gets my mind in a new place, try to be actively creative. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, it does.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never heard that analogy before.
I made it up right now.
I was going to say, it might be more of a Midwest thing at first, because I'm like, I don't think we talk much about frogs and...
Oh, I guess the analogy is new, but turns out you can boil frogs that way, which is morbid. I didn't learn this from personal experience, but I was fascinated by the idea, and I think humans actually do a similar thing, just not with boiling water.
Well, I do want to ask one more question before we get going. I want to kind of say with this move, what do you think you're going to find solstice in exactly?
Mountains.
Yeah.
I live in a single bedroom apartment. No offense to my complex or landlord, but nature there's nothing appealing at all.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go someplace where my back door is majestic, is beautiful, reminds me of why Earth is worth taking care of.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy for you. Sad to see you go, but I'm extremely happy and obviously looking forward to just hearing your wonderful journeys and visiting. Ben will be performing an exclusive song on our YouTube, so you can check that out on the Lifestyles After Dark page. Ben, you want anything to say to the audience before you go?
Nothing but love and peace for y'all. Stay tuned. I'll come back to Indiana eventually.
And we'll be right back with Bryan Biggs and Cynthia Murray trying to see who can get the most sticky notes on their face after the break. And welcome back to Lifestyles After Dark. It is that time of the night where we get to our activity. So that means we're about to conclude the show, but we want to make it exciting before you leave. So tonight we're going to be trying to break a world record. Mr. Bryan Biggs and Miss Cynthia Murray will be trying to see who can get the most sticky notes attached to their face in 60 seconds. But here's the kicker. After the 60 seconds expire, they will have 10 seconds where they have to see if they completely stick to your face. So whatever is remaining after those additional 10 seconds will be the winner. So they have 1 minute to stick as many as they can onto their face, and then there's an additional 10 seconds to see how many will stick. So you will have 1 minute on my count.
Okay.
Are you all ready? You can also prepare.
Okay.
You have 1 minute on the clock. I will say when time is up,
Yeah.
and then you keep your face completely still. 3, 2, 1, go! There we go.
Oh my god, this is harder than
Very nice. Now, mind you, there's some oils on the skin. Brian's really concentrating right now.
Oh my god, this is gonna be difficult.
My eye.
Now keep in mind, they need to stick on the face. I think I see some oils already dripping right there. Brian's girlfriend said that if he does not win, he may have to stay here. Oh, he already has one dropping already. Let's see if he's able to suffice and still get through that obstacle right now. He's trying all that he can. We're at 50 seconds. We got 10 seconds left on the clock. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now it's the 10 seconds to wait to see how many stick.
Oh, God.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stop. All right. Let's clear this out. Feel free. It looks like by a clear advantage. Let's take a look right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 right there. Let's take a look right here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Cynthia Murray is the winner. Let's take a look at Petey with weather one more time before we go. Oh, and it.
He still doesn't.
Doesn't know what's happening.
Look, he's so cute.
Oh, I know,
I
I know.
love it.
You know, sometimes it's okay to be a weather guy with no degree at all, because guess what? You're not going to get paid any money. We don't. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you next time, Lifestyles After Dark.